One day, a lively debate erupted amongst my colleagues concerning female fidelity. The women vehemently denied ever being unfaithful, a claim the men scoffed at. The discussion, heated and protracted, stretched from lunchtime into the evening, eventually drawing the attention of our boss, Canella. A remarkable woman in her 50s, Canella had survived 3 divorces and the death of a husband, shrewdly retaining an apartment from each marriage, which ultimately funded her own business. However, she remained childless, her focus solely on her career. Clearly exasperated by the frivolous office chatter, our stoic boss intervened, delivering a blunt truth to the naive younger staff. Nothing is constant. Anyone claiming otherwise is deceiving themselves. Adjusting her glasses with a deliberate touch, she fixed a pointed gaze on Ella, our secretary. Infidelity transcends economic boundaries, she declared. Don't delude yourselves into thinking wealth offers protection. It doesn't. Her gaze swept the office, finally settling on me. They deceive the charming, the slender, even the intelligent. They do it with such subtlety, you won't notice your horns in the mirror. And you probably already have them. Personally, I cheated on every husband. I did it deliberately, with immense satisfaction. Not one ever discovered the betrayal. And yet, I paid dearly for it. Excuse me, I interjected, but isn't it a bit premature to be investing in horn polish? The topic resonated deeply. My girlfriend frequently worked late, sparking suspicions of infidelity. The manager elaborated. Based on individual observations, consider your appeal to your significant other. Does she genuinely find you engaging? Gren, from marketing, chimed in loudly. Precisely, the manager affirmed. Secondly, examine her personal grooming habits. Couples often become complacent. Individual routines fade. Consider daily waxing, far less frequent for a married woman than a single one. Suddenly, Secretary Ella spluttered on her green tea. Yes, indeed, sweetheart. I know all your secrets, she blurted, blushing crimson before hastily retreating. Thirdly, Canella continued, her piercing eyes fixed on me. To what extent do you invade her privacy? Her phone, for instance. She stared intently. You have much to consider, my dear, but do so at home. I nodded slightly. She turned abruptly and headed for her office, but I called out, If you press her, she'll confess. It all depends on your approach. Her response will be more revealing than any accusation. I nodded approvingly. By evening, after careful consideration, I was convinced of her betrayal. However, Canella's lesson effectively dissuaded me from buying nail polish. My chance to test my suspicions arose a few days later. My partner, working shifts, was supposedly home. Returning from work, I stopped for a snack. I anticipated a difficult conversation and preferred not to start on an empty stomach. The house was a mess. We collided at the doorstep. Her breath hitched. She mumbled something unintelligible about an urgent work call, promising to return by dawn. A note lay on the table. No dinner, as usual. A lingering scent of the expensive perfume I'd given her hung in the air. This wasn't a hurried departure for work. She returned at dawn, the scent still present as she slipped into bed. A wave of nausea washed over me. It was the unmistakable scent of another man. Where were you at work? I asked, Canella's masterclass on deception flashing in my mind. Are you cheating on me? No, she snapped, lips curling in annoyance, bouncing on her heels, clutching her phone. Canella's warning about deceptive behavior echoed. Her actions betrayed her. We're done, I stated firmly. What do you mean breaking up? Are you insane? What about the wedding? 3 years wasted? She exclaimed incredulously. Ah, so that's it, huh? I thought it was love, I replied, laughter bubbling up. Naive little thing. Love? Look around you. The world's been savvy for a long time. A simple, marriageable guy. That was the plan, wasn't it? And you cheated because I'm simple. Is your lover handsome or rich? You're so mundane. The crease between her brows smoothed, dullness settling over her features. We faced each other in silence, tears streaming down her face. Her aimless nightlife had drained her, causing her to lose sight of her relationship. seeking refuge from routine in another's arms. She'd temporarily suppressed her yearning for excitement, now facing the consequences of that thrill. As Lean once said, infidelity inevitably leads to a sorrowful conclusion with varying repercussions. The story's ending, goodbye to my beloved, her return to her parents' home, and years erased from our lives.